They are a perennial favorite in our series, and that is the John Morgan Orchestra, featuring Gina Gettler kicking things off. So please give them a big round of applause and let's get this started.
Thank you. I'm going to acknowledge quite a few sponsors throughout the evening. I'm going to break it in little chunks. I just hope you can hear me clearly, because these people make it, as she said, possible for this great music to go on. By welcoming you to lovely Wesley Acres. I'm John, and tonight's show is themed to tour big band history. But as I put it together, it seemed more like a version of Your Hit Parade. So let's cross-pollinate, and we'll call it Historical Hit Parade. Before swing was the Dixieland style, and before Dixie was ragtime, Jamie Polson is going to demonstrate ragtime. It was predominantly piano anyway. What are you going to play, Jamie? Pineapple Rag. Wow, he's great. Next, develop the Small Dixieland Ensemble. This next song is an early arrangement of the King Porter Stomp. And you're going to notice the eighth notes start to swing a little now. Sound. Many people today still love that sound, and it's a small sound of collective improvisation. Now this next one, the ragtime era, just went very naturally into Dixieland, and soon they started getting bigger bands. So here is Alexander's Ragtime Band, but played in the Chicago Dixie style. Enjoy it. Hey, Rick White on the drum back there, and the Barry sax of Aaron Ehrlich. I'll announce everybody later in the program. One more foray into Dixieland, and this one is so famous. It's the Bob Crosby arrangement of South Rampart Street Parade. The band goes pretty much nuts everywhere. A lot of brass, a lot of reeds, jumping horns back and forth. So this is the one you don't hear often, the original record copy of South Rampart Street Parade. wow.
Oh, no, dear.
Now enter the flappers and the crooners and the slick-haired movie musicals of the late 20s, just before the crash of 1929. Here is our vocalist, Gina Gedler, who will tell us about certain perils in making whoopee.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Gina.
How are ya?
Great.
Beautiful night, beautiful night. Another bright, another June, another sunny honeymoon, another reason, another season for making whoopee. A lot of shoes, a lot of rice, the groom is nervous, he answers twice. It's really killing that he's so willing to make whoopee. Picture a little loveness down where the roses cling. Picture that same sweet loveness, oh, what a year can bring. He's washing dishes and baby clothes. He's so ambitious, he even sews. But don't forget, folks, that's what you get, folks, for making whoopee. Another year, or maybe less. What's this I hear? Well, can you guess? She feels neglected, and he's suspected of making whoopee. She sits alone most every night. He doesn't phone her, he doesn't write. He says he's busy, but she says, is he? He's making whoopee. He doesn't make much money, only 5,000 per. Some judge who thinks he's funny says you'll pay 6 to her. He says, now judge, suppose I fail. The judge says, budge, right into jail. You better keep her. I think it's cheaper than making whoopee. Whoopee. Thank you.
We'll be back.
I'll be back. I always got to go cool down after that one.
The sweet bands now ruled. While unfair to compare them with swing bands, they had their lasting contributions. All the great dance bands stole the cymbal work, the foxtrot sound, and the lush vibrato that many still call the Society Hotel Band. Here is a medley from the commercial dance king, Russ Morgan, no relation. He was a gifted trombonist and composer who knew what to do with a mute. Does Your Heart Beat for Me and Coconut Grove, John Benoit will do the trombone honors on this Don Hoy arrangement. Boy, I hope that makes you want to dance. And the jazz bands came, and swing and jazz band music took the nation by storm. And all the historians know that the great 1935 to 45, the popular music of the day and the jazz world were one and the same. Everyone followed those great big bands. Our next number pays tribute to two clarinet-playing band leaders, Benny Goodman's Let's Dance and Woody Herman's Woodchopper's Ball. His name was Woody. And we're not talking about Toy Story. Couldn't dance without rhythm. Eric Krieger on the bass, Jamie Polson on the piano, Rick Wyman. Oh yes, Goodman soon was the popular music king, so nicknamed the King of Swing. He promoted a great singer, Peggy Lee, on some unforgettable hits. Here's Gina with Why Don't You Do Right?
Why don't you do right? Why don't you all do right?
They're asking you.
That's right. See, she knows what I'm talking about over there.
She must have a future in politics.
You let other women make a fool of you. Why don't you do right like some other men do? Get out of here and get me some money too. You're sitting around wondering what it's all about. You ain't got no money, they will put you out. Why don't you do right like some other men do? Oh, get out of here and get me some money too. If you had repaired 20 years ago, you wouldn't be wandering now from door to door. Why don't you do right like some other men do? Oh, get out of here and get me some money too. Go, boys. You took me in. Now all you got to offer me's a sip of gin. Why don't you do right like some other men do? Get out of here and get me some money too. Why don't you do right like some other men do? Do-do, do-do, do-do. Thank you.
Fans, it was hard to choose tonight. We're going to kind of hit all of them in a little bit. Here's one that's always I've loved for both jazz and dancing. Steve Day will lead the trumpets with the immortal Harry James sound, and Gina will sing I'm Beginning to See the Light, one of the classic arrangements.
I never winked back at fireflies. But now that the stars are in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light. I never went in for afterglow or candlelight on the mistletoe. But now that you turn the lamp down low, I'm beginning to see the light. Used to ramble through the park, shadow boxing in the dark. Then you came and caused a spark. That's a four-alarm fire now. I never made love by lantern shine. I never saw rainbows in my wine. But now that your lips are burning mine, I'm beginning to see the light. Thank you. Did you get something to eat over there and stuff? Yeah, those egg rolls and everything look really good. Of course, I didn't get one. I know.
We're going to end the first set here with a real swinging medley. And it's from the Ender Sisters. And it's by Mir Bestushane, a Yiddish song that became really popular. This is Goodman's swinging arrangement, and the one song that comes after that needs no introduction, and we'll let you guess what that is. So here's Gina with By Mir Bestushane. Want to dance? You can.
How to catch blow-away music. Well, it looks like they might have took the rain out of the forecast on Saturday. Did you guys hear that? Whoop, whoop. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. The guys are talking about the pony rides up there too. They wanna take a pony ride after this. We're gonna take pictures. Please let me explain. My mere Bestushane means that you're grand. My mere Bestushane, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land. I could say Bella Belle, I'd even say Wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I tried to explain. By mere Bestushane, so kiss me and say you understand. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. We're going to take a very short break and come back with a whole second set of Jazz in July. I'd like you to explore the grounds. Over at the Jazz in July tent are some brochures about our band. We're actually going to do a full ballroom dance like we used to at the new Club Noche in their back room. So if you like to dance, this is a time to try to bring dancing back to Des Moines in this unique little mini ballroom. So contact Nochi. There's brochures up at the Jazz in July table for you to take. Get it to any of those swing dancers or young people or yourself that still want to dance out there at Noche. It's on the table. More about our sponsors and more music when we return.
Oh, he dropped it. Oh, jugglers.
Turned on, right? You keep backing up. Hey, Pop. Susie. Or Pop. That's Susie. Susie, I met you a long time ago. You have been on the we just moved back a week ago.
Make sure my legs don't catch on the floor.
Yeah, I called and said, can you say it? Oh, so yeah. So she was going to get one. Good. Yeah. Oh,
Wait, behind the back.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, I still have some. Oh, Garth. She wouldn't let me take them for a long time.
Wow!
Yeah.
Oh!
What do we have to tell you? Popular in the Midwest, and it's called Country Swing.
Ma'am, I'm filming. Could you just...
trying to get a
All
picture of my
expect
son.
bands to know at least one. Nothing screams
I'm gonna move
country
in like
swing
30 seconds.
more than the classic Ragtime Cowboy Joe. Out in Arizona, the bad men are the only thing to guide them is the evening star. Who's the roughest, toughest guy by far? Well, you know that every night he sings the herd to sleep, printing to the cattle and singing to the sheep. You can hear him now in a voice so deep. Sing, hey guys, what's with these cowboys? Cowboys? Cowboys, keep going, Rick. Keep going, Rick. I'm going to start this thing over again. Arizona, where the bad men are, and the only thing to guide you is the evening star. Who's the roughest, toughest guy by far? Ragtime Cowboy Joe. Well, you know that every night he sings the herd to sleep, crooning to the cattle and singing to the sheep. You can hear him now in a voice so deep. He always sings the reggae music to the cattle as he swings back and forth on the saddle of a horse, pretty good horse, a syncopated gig. He's got the funny meter to the roar of his repeater. Look at him run from that fella's gun. The western folks all know he's a two-shoot scoop, son of a gun from Arizona. Ragtime cowboy, talk about your cowboys. Ragtime Cowboy Joe. Reggae music to the cattle as he swings back and forth on the saddle of a horse, pretty good horse with a syncopated gait. He's got the funny meter to the roar of his repeater. Look at him run from that fella's gun. The western folks all know he's a highfalutin, rootin', shootin' son of a gun from Arizona. Ragtime cowboy, and talk about your cowboy. Ragtime Cowboy Joe. researched that, I had to laugh out loud. I was reading it just this morning. We all know that that was a great country western hit, but it was written in 1912. And one of the covers was actually Alvin and the Chipmunks. But my guys sang better than that. Oh, we got a good one there. Next time, Mr. Wayne Page will be featured for sure. All right. Jazz got into the cool era now, sophisticated swing. Here's Gina and a classic arrangement of Peggy Lee's Fever.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, you give me fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, moon lights up the night. I light up when I see your face, yeah, I know you're gonna treat me right. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Everybody's got the fever, that is something you all know. Fever isn't such a new thing, fever started long ago. Romeo loved Juliet, Juliet, she felt the same. When he puts his arms around her, he says, Julie, baby, you're my flame, now give it fever. When we kiss it, fever with the flame in you. Fever, I'm on fire. Fever, yeah, I burn pursuit. Captain Smith and Pocahontas had a very mad affair. When her daddy tried to kill him, she said, "Ooh, daddy, don't you dare, he gives me fever." With his kisses, fever when he holds me tight. Fever, I'm his missus, daddy, won't you treat him right? Now you listen to my story. Here's a point I have to make. Chicks were born to give you fever, be it Fahrenheit or centigrade, they give you fever. When you kiss it, fever if you haven't learned. Fever till you sizzle, what a lovely way to burn. 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 Thank you. Viva.
The fiery sounds of Latin jazz mark both Stan Kenton's music and the popular scene. Here's an arrangement of the samba, Brazil. developed on Jazz Records as being a perfect voice for an emotional ballad. We're going to calm things down and bring Dr. James Romaine up to the mic to interpret the famous ballad, Harlem Nocturne.